Hey guys, welcome back to Dylan's Little Hobbies, and of course I am Dylan. And you know what? Ever since Rogue One came out, I had tons of ideas for movies, books, TV shows that they could do. Eventually, I decided to take my ideas and make a story of my own and write it down and type it up and stuff like that. And that is what this is. This is a fan-made story made by me. I will narrate it. However, I am not a very good speaker. I am not a very good narrator. I am not an official writer or anything like that. This is just fan made. Of course, feel free to mute my terrible voice and read it, watch it for yourselves. I did make it. I am proud of it. It's a fan made story made by me, and I hope you guys do enjoy that. With that said, I can't put music in these videos because it's copyrights. However, feel free to mute me and turn on some Star Wars music and enjoy my fan-made story. Star Wars The Rise, Chapter 9. A New Job. Kevin wakes up from another nightmare of the past. He sits up and looks around the room for his cloak. Not realizing, he sits on it. He stands and looks at himself in the mirror. A 5 o'clock shadow and a dirty hair makes him look even more tired. But he's not focused on that. He stares at his own eyes. They look normal, but in a single blink he sees yellow, and it makes him jump. He shakes his head and heads out the door. Some words of wisdom, my boy. Keep an open mind and a straight head. An old face will haunt you, but a new face might help you as well as need you. That is what the witch told Cavan. Jarv turns around in the chair. What has you so concerned, my friend? Cavan shakes his head again. Oh, sorry, Jarv, I didn't realize you were there. He smiles. Cavan, it's written all over your face. You can't hide it. What's wrong? It's been almost 3 months since we've left Dathomir. Ever since then, you've had a serious face. For a while. Cavan sits down in the co-pilot chair. It's simple, Jarv, as I expected. While I am, the memories of my past return. I can see their faces. The faces of my brother and sisters. The fact is, I keep reaching out, maintain on it. I think someone is following us, and I have a bad feeling that I know who. We'll be ready for anything, Cavan, Lit says as she heads into the door. Jarv, I'll drive now. You get some sleep. Sure, Jarv says and heads out of the chair. They have been taking flying shifts. Normally, they would just make the droid do it. But after 2 months of flying straight, MD3 battery fell short. He fell asleep and was stuck back in the back of the ship. Oh, great, Lit says. What now? Cavan asked. Low on fuel. We'll need to stop again. What? But we just filled up 4 days ago. Lit nods. Yeah. This ship isn't designed for this type of travel. Every few days we need more fuel. And we're almost out of money. Lit and Cavan look at Jarv. Don't look at me. I already gave you all my funds from the pirate ship. Turns out Jarv in the background took a lot more cash than we first thought. With it, they've been able to pay for food and fuel. What's the nearest planet? Cavan asked Lit. Let me see. She searched for star maps. There is a cantina on Moon 34 over here. Perfect. We'll go there, Kevin says with a tired smile. No money. We got no money, Jarv says. Well, good job. I actually have an idea for one, Kevin says. Jarv scowls at him. What job is it? It's not what you think, Jarv. It's okay. But it is a detour that cost us a week. What's the job? Lit says. Yeah, you're not gonna like it, Lit. She looks surprised. You're kidding me. There's no way we're taking this job, Lit says. It's the only job out here, Kevin answers. How did you find this, Kevin Jarv asks. Well, I was listening in on the communicators, hoping for a job opening, when I found a guy I worked for years ago on the scanners. We caught up a bit. I didn't tell him my plans, but he did tell me his future projects. This being one of the biggest investments. This is an old scout ship factory. It's been abandoned for a while. He plans to turn it into a droid factory out here. Why out here, though? Jarv asked. That's easy. You already know the answer. Inside the inner ring, he'd have to pay taxes. On the outer rim, he'd have to pay for crazy shipments. But out here, he only needs a few supplies and a few droid mechanics. Which is why you're here, Lit. I got talking to him. He said he was going to fly out here, but it would slow his progress down. I told him we already were out here with a mechanic. I also said it would take a week or two to get the place up and running. Well, that's sweet of you, Lit says. But this isn't 7 or 8 days. This is months, maybe years. Without a full crew like he'd have in... There's no way we can do this, Lit explained. I can use the Force. You just direct me in textbook can plan. We can get this up and running in no time if we work together. Plus, we need the money. Agree? Kevin explained. They all agreed. And that's what they did. Kevin floats objects using the Force, Jarv plans out the droid belts, and Lit works on everything else. Kevin helps her when he can, but she's much smarter than him. Woof! Almost done, Lit says. Great, and ahead of schedule no less, Kevin answers. But what is this factory for? Jarv says. Oh, just droids. Bodyguard droids. My friend hopes to produce them, then sell them to the Republic Party. We should call him up. They do so, and he says, perfect, I'll have my associates come and see it soon. Alright then. The next morning, a ship arrives. Kevin starts to have a bad feeling about it, though. Soon, she appears. A tall, skinny, red Twi'lek. She looks around and says, wow, this is fantastic work. My droids will be great. She turns around and sees Kevin. She laughed. Well, this is an odd reunion.